gang. Want to see more crazy moments from Red-Handed TV? Follow me now on Twitch.com.
Motherfucker been singing. We gonna sing all day because we celebrating that nigga Durkio. Durkio coming home with that Grammy, nigga. While we doing that, man, we finna see what's good with Lil Wet, man. Why we got Humpty Dumpty right here trying to tell us about our nigga, man? We finna get in tune, see what Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Look. I'm just fucking with you, G. But yeah, he finna tell us about Wet, G. We finna lock in, folks.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me.
1090.
In this video,
what's
we're
good,
gonna speak
shorty?
on Chicago rapper Wet 'em Up, who beat 4 bodies and was just caught with a switch. January 19th,
You got caught with the switching, G?
2024. The feds executed a search warrant at 6 a.m. on an apartment in Chicago's Canaryville neighborhood, located on the south side. As agents began to execute the warrant with law enforcement surrounding the building,
that shit look too nice.
A man would be observed leaning out of a window, throwing a firearm onto the roof of the building.
The
weapon was photographed before being recovered and determined to be
in
a
the
Glock
snow
with
with a
switch.
switchy.
The switch turning the semi-automatic handgun into a machine gun. The man seen throwing the Glock would be none other than 26-year-old Maurice Harris, who's also known as the Chicago rapper Drench, aka Wet 'em Up. Wet 'em Up's notorious reputation went viral back in 2017, starting with the murder of his father. March 29th, 2017, it was just after 11 in the morning when 37-year-old Jerry Jacobs was walking down a sidewalk in Chicago's South Shore neighborhood. That's when a dark-colored car pulled up and 4 men got out, opening fire. Jacobs was shot in the right side of his body and was able to take himself to the hospital over 4 blocks away. Rushed into surgery, Jacobs would remain hospitalized into the night when things took a tragic turn in the early morning. At 3:40 a.m., Jacobs was pronounced dead. News would break he was a documented gang member, no suspects were in custody, and within 12 hours of his death, his son, Wet 'em Up, allegedly got his revenge.
Chicago neighborhood rocked by gun violence. The bullets fly
Allegedly.
inside
They
a
said
restaurant and
allegedly.
outside as well.
At this South Shore restaurant, chaos and carnage.
My
Relatives of
boy
those killed
already
in
was
tears and
proven
disbelief.
innocent.
I ain't going nowhere until they get my baby up off the ground. I ain't going nowhere.
It was 4 p.m. when a man walked into a restaurant and opened fire. Officers arrived on scene, finding a dead man in front of the restaurant, 2 dead men inside, and another dead man outside slumped against a tree a block away. All 4 were shot to death.
Damn.
Come to find out, 2 of the victims were brothers, visiting their mother who worked at the restaurant, as she had to listen to the sounds of her 2 boys being gunned down outside.
2 people in the restaurant still in there dead. He went in there and shot them 2. After he killed them 2, he came out and shot my 2 nephews and killed my 2 nephews. Whoever did it needs to step up and be accountable for their actions and get sent up for it before they get hurt out here on these streets. Cause somebody gonna hurt them.
The brothers were identified as 19-year-old Raheem and 20-year-old Dylan Jackson. The 2 other victims were identified as 28-year-old Emmanuel Stokes and 32-year-old Edwin Davis. The broad day slaughter would shake the city, and 5 days would pass before Chicago police announced an arrest.
I'm proud to announce that we've made an arrest in a quadruple homicide that occurred on the 2700 block of East 75th Street. 19-year-old Maurice Harris has been charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder in connection with this incident.
Sheesh.
This is his first arrest as an adult, and while I can't go into the specifics into his extensive juvenile history, as we've seen too many times before here in Chicago, he's no stranger to CPD.
Wet 'em Up was identified by photo lineup by multiple witnesses at the scene of the shooting. He'd be held without bond and remain in the Cook County Jail for the next 3 years until July of 2020. A court hearing would yet again shake
my
the
birthday
city
in July,
as
y'all.
prosecutors announced the evidence was insufficient to meet the burden of proof. Detectives further investigated, finding the witnesses weren't credible and evidence that Wet 'Em Up couldn't have been the shooter. So while the families of the victims expected Wet 'Em Up's demise, all charges against him were dropped and Wet was later freed.
Damn.
So the second word came that the man who beat 4 murders now had a switch, the feds quickly began their investigation. Days after the
Come on,
search
crazy
warrant,
man.
the feds would highlight 2 music videos by Wet, one titled Death and another titled Murder Man. In both songs, Wet recited lyrics about switches and murder. Multiple lyrics would be written into the federal complaint, although at no time was Wet seen possessing an actual switch,
So,
just rapping about
they
it.
gonna get you if you just
Wet
say
will be
it.
charged with possession of a machine gun and now faces up to 10 years in federal
Shit.
prison. With the quadruple murder being Wet's first adult arrest and the fact that he beat all charges, Wet doesn't have much of a criminal history and luckily he's a felon. dodging another
Okay.
federal offense.
So he probably get
Given
another
his deep
slap.
criminal history,
He finna
Wet
get off
can
on this shit.
expect anywhere from 3 to 5 years with a guilty plea. Now, Wet 'Em Up is going to prison. When you get a Fed case, it's pretty much sealed. And I mean, law enforcement literally watched him lean out of a window and throw a Glock up on the roof.
Oh
And they
my
went on the roof
god.
and
Oh
found
my
the Glock
god.
with a
Oh
switch.
my god.
It's like said and done at that point.
Shit.
It's just going to be a matter of how much time he gets. He can get up to 10 years, but looking into similar cases for first-time offenders or people that don't really have a criminal record like that, you got motherfuckers getting caught with switches that are getting 6 years, 5 years, a little over 2.5. So he could get, my estimate, somewhere between 3 to 5. But he's definitely gonna go to prison. I mean, it's a fucking fake case. Now,
Fucking
Wet was given another chance at life. He got picked up on 4 murders. Whether or not he had anything to do with it, people that didn't like him were at the scene, watched 4 people get smacked, and then said, hey, we saw him do it. We know it was him. We saw it was him. And detectives later found out that they weren't credible witnesses. They were just most likely telling on their op who was Wet 'Em Up, whose father had just got killed. So they are the ones that most likely gave the narrative to the investigators. Yo, his dad just got shot. He must have just slid for revenge. We saw him at the scene. And it took over 3 years
For them to
for him
figure
to
that
beat
out.
that case. Which sounds like a lawsuit in itself, because if you put me at the scene and got me charged with 4 murders because you said I was there and then it was proven I wasn't, and I just had to do over 3 years in jail, how is that not a lawsuit? But push come to shove, he got freed, he hit the streets, he started dropping music videos, he's talking about switches, ops, this and that.
Oh my
He's
god.
back in the bullshit. It doesn't really seem like he's taking that second chance at life for what it is. It seems he's more so taking
Now you
it
see
for
why I
granted.
call you
And
Humpty
getting caught
Dumpty,
with that
man.
switch is gonna hopefully
Lick
smarten
your
him up,
ass.
because he's gonna go to a federal prison.
Talk
He's
about
not gonna be
shit.
in Cook County. He's gonna be around people that might be a little bit wiser, and we'll see what comes from it. But y'all gotta stop playing with them switches, because had he had a regular gun case, he just would have went to Cook County. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Or maybe he could have got a fucking gun license, since he doesn't have that bad of a criminal history. But you get caught with a switch, no matter who you are, you're gone. You're going to federal prison. Like, they're not playing about them switches. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's walking around with machine guns, and that's not even a gun to just have on you. People specifically use that to go do shit with it. So it's like, you got a lot of motherfuckers that want to switch just so they look the part, like, oh yeah, I got one of these bitches. And then you get locked up and you go into the feds because you got caught with that motherfucker.
Ooh,
Stay
I
away
ain't
from the
playing with
switches.
those switches.
Let me know y'all's
boy.
thoughts and
The
comments in the
feds see you
comment
got
section.
one of them
It's
bitches in a
1090J.
video. They coming.
Rocking with y'all, or y'all rocking with me.
But they coming to knock on your door. Don't play with them switches, man. More of the story. Let's start there. Put them motherfucking switches down, man. And I was just getting in tune with Drench, man. He was just going crazy with these songs. Y'all see, every time I post up now, I'm posting up Drench music or something. I fuck with his little beats and his little style. Then when I drink, I'll hit him up. I'll hit up. Hit up. Oh, I might be going crazy, folks. But y'all already know, man. Hey, hit that like button, man. Free my boy. We gonna comment free Drench right now. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure y'all go do everything y'all supposed to do, man. Go get y'all some merch. Y'all already know it's your boy RedHandedTV, aka the GOAT. You know I'm wearing the GOAT. You know I am the GOAT. And we up out of here, G. Yeah.